Well, hello there, Lone.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Indeed it is.
You have to
Well,
do the thing. You
that
have
was
to
that
do the
was
thing.
that was certainly a noise. It's definitely different to how we opened your talk show on Sunday
But it
with
wasn't
cracking
Wednesday.
beers.
But it wasn't Wednesday then.
I suppose so.
It was in fact Sunday.
My dudes?
Yeah.
No, maybe that won't work.
No. Yeah, you can't do it on Sunday.
It is entirely situated in the Wednesday category. But yes,
Yeah,
of course, Lorne, it is Weird News Wednesday, as is tradition every Wednesday. And, of course, Lorne, as is tradition, is this picture CGI?
No, it's just somebody's bathroom.
You are completely wrong.
No.
It is a 3D render. Everything in this image is completely fake. It is a 3D render. You are wrong, Lone. You have failed.
You must have just misheard me.
What? I must have misheard you when you said it was real.
No, I said it was CGI.
I see. I apologize, Lorne. Maybe I'm the tired one this day.
Yeah, exactly, man. Come on. You can't gaslight me like that live on stream.
Well, I mean, I could try, but everyone else would know I would be doing it. But yes, we have many weird news stories to cover. Unfortunately, Hannes is not feeling super hot, so we will not be joined by our lovely human Hannes today.
Rip lad.
I
I'm
know.
sure he's fine. I'm sure he's living. Don't you worry, chat.
Indeed. But yes, let us start. Of course, we must talk about a poutine.
Mm.
You've had poutine before, haven't you?
I've had poutine. Poutine's great as well. I
I,
think the only place I've actually no, I tell a lie. I've had it in two places. I've had it in Newcastle.
Mhm.
There's a lovely place near the city centre does poutine. I've also had it in Manchester, actually.
Yes, I've had it in Manchester.
Hmm. Was
I've
that
only
the
had
same
it.
place? Did you get it at the same time?
I think we did. Yes.
Ah, okay,
I
fair
believe we
enough.
shared a bowl of poutine.
I've actually bonded with a Twitch streamer
Over
who is
poutine?
much larger than me. Yeah, yeah. So I think I can't remember whether it's the Newcastle or the Manchester poutine. But because you see they're Canadian and
Yes.
they love a bit of poutine. And
But
so
who doesn't?
I just took a picture and I tagged them and say, "Yo, rate my poutine."
Rate my
And
poutine.
yeah, and they were just like, "Oh, hot dang, I'd have to taste it first." I'm saying, "Well, that's hard." So I never got my rating, but we did have that. We did have
Ah,
that little
yes.
bonding moment.
Yeah, me and Lon, sharing a nice bowl of poutine. No,
No, I had my own.
no, we
I don't.
share. We share, Lon.
Salt Cannon doesn't share food.
Very Joey of you. But yes, the reason I bring up poutine is because that word sounds awfully similar to another word.
Oh dear.
And a Canadian diner also thinks so. So they've renamed their poutine because it sounds too much like someone else. They have specifically named it to La Frite Fromage Sauce, or the Fry Cheese Gravy.
No, the thing. You see, the thing is, okay. So one, I think it's taking it a little bit too far. Like I get the whole thing, like don't mention the guy,
What,
but
the
this is
poutine?
like, yeah, you can't mention the guy.
Can't mention
But
poutine.
like, but if you were going to rename something in this effort to not sound like the guy, wouldn't you at least try to make it something like easy to order?
Or are you saying that
Like you
the
know,
Fry Cheese Gravy is not easy to order?
yeah, but no, but didn't you say it had like they made it its French name?
Well,
Oh,
yes, yes.
oh,
The name
well,
is La
okay, okay,
Frite Fromage Sauce.
okay. Well, there's also the question, I guess, is what part of Canada are we coming out of here?
Probably French Canada. There's no Canada like French Canada.
All right, fair enough. But you could have at least just called it like I don't know, just freaking
Chips.
like teen poo or something. Just like
Teen
flip it.
poo. I don't think. Lorne, I wanna. I don't think your branding of teen poo is going to
Oh no, it's teen poo. Teen
teen
poo.
poo.
It's not teen poo. Come on, man.
I don't think your
See, this is
branding
what
is going to be very well received.
I'm just saying. It's a
Hmm.
lot shorter. It's easy to order. People at least gonna read it and say like, oh yeah, that's like teen poo, man. Like I'll have myself some teen poo.
Well, Lorne, let's move away from something else that was on order. I'm not sure if it's better or worse than your teen poo.
No.
But it's a crime, Lorne. Like, when you just want to steal something? Well, Lorne, a box of human heads destined for medical research has been stolen from a truck in Denver.
I suppose my question is, was this targeted? Or was it just some robbers trying their luck? Because imagine the sheer disappointment. And just horror, really.
Well, they
If
broke
you
into the truck.
Oh, and what, they check the stuff, check the supply, and just like, hot dang, we hit the jackpot,
Well, they
boys.
took a full dolly of the human bits.
What the hell?
You know what's weird though, Lorne?
Yeah.
Like, just a week earlier, in a different place, so this was in Denver, in Melbourne, 2 human heads were stolen from graves in Melbourne. What's with people and bodies?
This seems like some dark web shit.
What? What?
Like these.
I need you to
Why?
go get me the head of Abraham Lincoln.
I mean, just like,
Go do it.
what other reason would you have for stashing these? Either that or you've just got some very personal issues that you can hopefully work out
You'd
with
hope so.
time. Yeah. in all, it's just it doesn't sound like a great time.
I mean, you get that with weird crimes. You have to wonder where people's heads are at when they do some of these crimes.
I don't
Now,
know. I feel like the weird news can sometimes take dark turns because you just try to apply any type of real logic, and it's just like, oh god, this is actually
well,
quite chilling.
Lorne, this next one, and this is the last of the actual crimes. This I'd say is probably quite a chilling, dark, weird news story.
All right.
So you know about the idea of like spiking a drink that it's often used in movies and like horrendous like people use it in real life.
Yeah.
Well, Molo at Moet Mot Moet. I
Yeah,
don't.
Moe.
Moe. Moe recalls bottles of champagne thought to contain MDMA.
All right. So the pre-spiked.
Yes, they're pre-spiked. So someone has literally added ecstasy to these. By the way, this is ecstasy at a lethal dose. This isn't just like a little bit of ecstasy. It's lethal dose ecstasy.
Oh, hot dang.
And they've had to
Do you
recall
think
a fuck ton of bottles. So clearly this is somewhere at the source.
Yeah, of course. Like well, it would have to be, right? Like especially the way like wine's done. Like I feel like it would be hard to mask spiking like the bottle.
Well, it does feel like if you're spiking champagne, you're clearly, if it is targeted, it's clearly targeted at a certain clientele.
Well, it's targeted at a demographic, I would say.
Yes, I agree.
Like, because you can't possibly like trace it straight from the factory and say like, ah, yes, this bottle should arrive on the doorstep of Mr. Joe Blogs, who I hate.
Not Joe Blogs, the inventor of the blog.
Yeah, man.
Joe Blogs himself.
He's getting fricked by ecstasy champagne.
God.
But I mean, like, it's I just don't understand the motive. Like, what's the motive? You just want to cause some chaos? You want to watch the world burn?
They've probably just watched the movie Joker and then we're just like, you know what? Sure, let's see what happens.
Yeah, funnily enough, champagne gets recalled. It's just like that's what happens.
But alas, yes, and that was the last of the dark stories, Lorne. Don't worry. I know you love the dark stories. Such an edgy human.
I mean, I'm quite roused, to be honest.
Well, Lorne, I think this may be the edgiest story of them all. Now, you've seen license plates before, like, you know, those weird kind of, like, people pay thousands for, like, a custom license plate.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing
You know, like, Big Boy or something like that.
No.
Well, there is an Asheville woman who is fighting to keep her license plate. I personally think she should keep it. Let's see if you think it's as offensive as everyone else thinks it is.
Is it penis? I feel like
no,
we've saw
Asheville
the
woman
penis
fights to
license.
keep her fart license plate and is now going to appear on Jimmy Kimmel.
It's not even as bad as penis.
Yeah, for some reason the DMV approved her license plate, and then they contacted her and said, "Yeah, you can't have it anymore."
I hope they at least offered the refund.
I don't think receiving because they were receiving complaints. They didn't seem to be saying about a refund, but they were receiving complaints about this because it was offensive.
I mean, it's their fault for approving something that then draws the complaints.
I don't think it's that offensive. It's very much like,
of course it isn't.
It's very much like you know that book Everybody Poops.
Is North? I don't know anything about North American geography, so before I offend anyone with it, but is North Carolina on the Bible Belt?
Is it the Bible Belt?
Yeah, it's like isn't that like there's a string of places on what they call the Bible Belt. It's where you get the crazies.
Charming. I didn't know about the Bible Belt. North Carolina is it's a southern eastern region, so I guess it would be within that purview.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
I've never heard that statement.
You made me doubt myself, dude.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that phrase before.
Okay, so North Carolina is in it.
Yes.
so yeah, there we go. All right.
How many of the American states do you honestly think you could name?
Without this cheat sheet that I've got,
Without a cheat sheet, yes.
I don't know. I've never really tried this, and I don't think I would like to try it. I'm definitely going to get stuck on something like real stupid. I feel
I
like you've got to say Iowa first just to make sure that it doesn't
no.
catch you later.
So I know them entirely because I know them alphabetically.
No. I mean, that's a good way, I guess. I've never sat down and thought to myself, a big gap in my knowledge is American states. I've
I
not
mean, it's one
cared
of those
enough.
things like we don't really learn it in the UK. It was just I think the only reason I like came across it and then there was a catchy tune was due to Taskmaster.
All right, okay.
So on one of the episodes, there was a Taskmaster like task, and the idea was that you had to paint a teapot, but the teapot was spinning on one of those potter's wheels.
Oh, right, okay.
So obviously it's difficult to paint a teapot while it's rotating.
Yeah.
However, if you got, I think it was 20 American states, the teapot stopped spinning, so it was obviously much easier to paint.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I could probably do that, and I named at least 20. I was like, I could probably name more. So now I know them all alphabetically.
I feel like 20 is quite generous. Like, cause what? How many are they overall? 50? Or is it
Yes,
51?
in the 50 states that rhyme.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like just by sheer influence of pop culture that I could probably name at least 20.
Okay then, Lorne, go. Name 20.
Oh, come on, man.
Nope.
Can't do it. All
Go
right,
on. See if you
so
can name 20. I got me thingies out to
okay,
count.
so Seattle. Uh,
Seattle.
no, no, no.
Seattle isn't one.
Washington. Washington.
Yes,
No.
Washington is one.
Whoops.
Starting off on a good foot.
California.
Okay.
Like freaking Texas,
Texas. Yeah.
South Carolina,
Yes. West
uh,
Carolina.
Tennessee, Kentucky, um, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Is New England? New England a state?
No.
No, Maine,
Yes, that is correct.
Maine. Um, freaking what's that place called? Ah, frick! It's on the tip of my
What's
tongue,
that
dude.
place called? Ah, yes, that
I
place. I know it
I mean,
well, Lone.
let's say Iowa. You gotta get
Iowa,
that out
yeah,
the way.
that's 10.
Oh, maybe I can't do this. I know there's one that's really bugging me, dude. Uh, frick! It's really, really bugging me. Like I can picture it. I know where it is. I
Mhm.
can even picture the freaking shape of it. Um, is Mississippi a state or is that a town,
Yes.
city? Okay, alright, we got that one.
Yeah,
Yes, I am
Lone is
trying.
trying to. Lone stated. So I can name all. Lone stated that he could name at
Michigan,
least 20 states. Um,
Mi- Michigan,
yes.
um, South Dakota,
Yes.
North Dakota.
Yes. Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's 14.
Um, frick, man. It's all these freaking states in the middle that just freaking corn states. You
Corn
make them all
states.
one.
East Dakota. It's West Dakota, actually.
West?
Yeah,
West
West Dakota.
Um, oh, I'm struggling now. Do you know what? This is the kind of thing where you just like look at the list and you're just like, oh, fuck
It's one of
yeah.
those things you feel like you can do. Like, if
Um,
you think about it like this, Lon, you like to say 20, that's about like a solid 40%.
is Nevada one?
Dakota, I hardly know her. Yes,
Is
Nevada.
Nevada. Why can't I remember the ones on the freaking West Coast?
I'm surprised you
Uh,
haven't named some of them. But yes,
I
alas.
know. It's gonna come back. Virginia.
Yes.
Um, freaking Pennsylvania. No.
No.
Yes. No.
Oh, no, Pennsylvania is one. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that is correct.
And freaking.
You just need 3.
I know.
You're giving up?
I'll
Put a
put
pin
everyone
there.
out. I'll put everyone out their misery, including myself. So.
Okay, a wise choice. That is true. I think, yeah, I have to agree. But
I don't even think I could name 20 English counties.
I can't. I sure shit can't. I know more about American states than I do about counties in the UK.
I can have a good go.
The reason I mentioned Taskmaster alone and the reason I learned the states, well, now I can watch more Taskmaster if I want to. So obviously Netflix has their own streaming service. For some bizarre reason, Taskmaster has decided to launch its Netflix-style global streaming service. So the old YouTube episodes will still be on YouTube for people to watch if they want them, but episodes from now on will be on their new Taskmaster streaming service.
That sounds horrendous. This is exactly what people envisioned happening and are going to hate to see it. Is that everyone wants their own service, so you're going to have to pay for them all.
It feels very bizarre.
Honestly, what it just means is that people are just going to stop watching.
Yes.
Like as soon as more and more things start splitting away, people are just going to stop paying. People are just going to not care.
I just think it's a bit bizarre. Like, I mean, they also said, they've got the international versions, which, technically it's the same show, just, various different places. But it's still the same show. There's only one show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not... They're saying, oh, it's going to be like Netflix. It's not. Netflix has a modicum of different genres and styles.
We can get our own dedicated stream.
We are. We're gonna move away. Weird News Wednesdays. Oh, weekly weird news. Oh, it'll be perfect, Lon.
Oh, you're being challenged. You need to name all the states now.
Okay. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada. There's New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania. There's Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, and there's Utah, Vermont. I'm almost through. Virginia, and there's Washington and West Virginia too. Could Wisconsin be the last one, or is it 49? And of course, the last one is Wyoming in the 50 states that rhyme.
Yeah, there's a few in that list I'm like slapping myself about.
New York! How did you not get New York?
Oh, shit, yeah.
But do you know the capitals? No, I don't.
I'm actually disappointed I didn't get Georgia, because I got a friend from Georgia.
Well, I mean, Georgia, like, I could see why you may not get Georgia. Georgia's one of those kind of middly kind of things. I'd be like, oh, if I didn't know it in the thing.
Yeah, well.
But yes, Lone.
Yeah, do the capitals now.
The capitals, I don't know the capitals. Unfortunately, I can't do the capitals. That is not
New York's
is
New York. Let's go.
Oh, God. I'll at the end of this, do you know the Warner Yako song from Animaniacs? There's the he does all the countries of the world, some which don't exist anymore.
Animaniacs is a weird one for me because as a kid I just straight up didn't get it.
Really? I loved Animaniacs.
Yeah. I don't know. There was something about Animaniacs where I was just like, I don't know, it's a bit too highbrow.
Highbrow?
I don't know. For that,
did you like Pinky and the Brain?
Pinky and the Brain was a lot more slapstick.
I mean, Pinky and the Brain was on Animaniacs. It was a segment during the show.
No, I know. But I mean, like, in terms of Wacko, Jacko, and Dot. Like, I just didn't get that bit.
What are we going to do tonight, Brain?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Goodness.
I was more of a... If I was to see the show, I was more of a Pinky and the Brain stan. That made more entertainment to me. If that's a verb.
Well, Lorne, speaking of cartoons like Animaniacs, we did talk a few weeks ago about how Disney is opening up their, their world where
Mm.
like only Disney people can go. Like if you like Disney, then you can go here and everything is Disney. Like I like Disney, but I don't think I like Disney that much. And there is a woman who I think she should honestly just get a place in this new place next to the park because I'm sure this isn't healthy for her.
Ah.
Woman donates plasma bi-weekly to fund monthly trips to Walt Disney World.
Donates plasma.
She donates blood twice a week, by the way. Twice a week.
Oh, why don't they just say blood? Why
It's
do you
too
have
edgy,
to,
Lorne.
why do you have to make it
It's
so
too edgy,
weird?
Lorne.
What are you
Plasma. Got that plasma.
I mean, I suppose, like, I don't know. It does your body just regenerate the blood like properly by that time? I presume so.
You'd
Because
hope
otherwise
so,
they
otherwise
wouldn't.
she's having some severe issues.
I mean,
But
like, because they wouldn't let you donate if it wasn't
no.
like safe.
So the idea is that she does it twice a week and then can fund us a trip to Disneyland every month.
I mean, honestly, I think like the way she's going wrong is just continuously going to Disneyland. Like, it sounds like you're onto a good moneymaker here.
Well, I mean, have you ever lost blood? Like, or given
Yeah,
blood? I've never,
yeah.
I don't think I've ever given blood, but I've certainly lost blood, and then you feel wheezy and exhausted afterwards.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like,
I'm amazed this woman's just like plowing through, just like, yep, take more.
I mean, I will admit it's been so long since I've given blood that I don't know the recovery rate, but like you recover, like it's fine. It's bi-weekly as well, by the way, so that means once every 2 weeks. Like it's not like twice a week.
Oh, I see. Maybe I just can't read then, Lorne. That's why you're here, to keep me on track.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it's not as bad as it sounds. It's literally once every 2 weeks. She's getting a needle in, having some blood taken out, and then goes to Disneyland.
Apparently she was... No. Donates plasma twice a week. I was correct. Yeah. She donates plasma twice a week.
I thought bi-weekly was like
No.
every two.
No, that would be... that would be a completely different thing. So bi-weekly means you're doing it twice a week. I was going to say, I was like, no, I did read that right. Maybe I'm wrong. You had me doubting myself, Lorne. Is this because you're apparently we're both technically correct?
All right, fine.
But I'm the most correct because I actually have the fact.
I mean, fair.
I win. But Lorne, you mentioned a recovery period about blood.
Nah.
Well, there's a different recovery period that it seems people in New York just don't have. And that is sex mayhem. Hundreds of New Yorkers complain of noisy neighbors. There was even a quote of one woman saying, "I've slept through earthquakes and fires. I couldn't sleep through this."
I mean, like, isn't this also just due to the sheer conditions that some people in New York live?
Well,
like,
with
I'm pretty
with
sure...
the way of skyscrapers and things of that nature.
Well, yeah, just like blocks in general. Like, don't you basically live in a box? Like, it costs you an arm and a leg just to find a box that you can rent.
Yes.
And afford.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, yeah, if somebody's over and they're having the good times and smashing naughties, like, yeah, it's good. It's going to get noisy.
They are smashing pasties.
Yeah, man.
In the words of our people.
Man, there's nothing worse than a smashed pasty.
No. Poor
I mean,
things.
well, in the culinary sense, at least.
Yes, I knew what you meant. Well, maybe that's why the Greg's fashion industry has now, maybe they have like a secret pocket perfect for pasties and sausage rolls.
You have borne witness to it now, is that like...
I have. I've seen people wearing Greg's fashion, like actively wearing Greg's fashion and not as a piss take.
No, yeah, it's more common than
wearing
you think. I've seen like a good few people wearing the Greg's line of clothing.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I assume it's cheap.
I don't
Because,
know.
I mean, Primark's doing it, so yeah. You know what? Fuck it, I'll wear it. I don't have
Go
many
on.
pieces of clothing attire, so why not?
Get yourself a good old,
Oh,
good
good
old
old
steak
Greg
bake,
shirt. My
good old
favourite.
steak bake hoodie.
Well, Lone, let's go on to music, shall we?
Sure, why not?
So, what do you think of Ed Sheeran? Do you like his music?
Honestly, I'm probably going against the grain here, but as somebody who's like quite detached from mainstream music and its news and all of this and all that, I don't understand the hate.
What the hate about Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, like you
Well, I
get
mean,
it.
you'll see a bit why in the story, but I don't specifically hate him. I think some of his music is quite good.
Like, just to have a little guess, is this something to do with the copyright court case?
Yes, it is.
Because Disney like burst out in the song.
Well, it's not that. So, an unreleased Ed Sheeran song was played by mistake during the Star's Shape of You copyright trial.
Oh, wait,
So
how did that even
it was
end
meant
up
to be
there?
playing the song Shape of You,
Yeah.
but for some reason they somehow got an unreleased version of a song.
How? How
I
does that
don't
happen?
know.
Who the
It was a
hell's
clip.
handing over the CD?
It was a clip of an unreleased song which was played by mistake.
Hmm.
Like, I assume when he was giving evidence, like he was just like, "Oh, this is the song," and then he accidentally uploaded the wrong file. Maybe.
I don't know who put it up. Like I presume it wouldn't have been him himself. It
No,
probably would have
it
been
was
some
used in the
manager.
trial. So when they were saying, "Oh, please play X Y Z," they played X Y Z.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't know enough about like this story in general about the copyright claim or anything like that.
Where
But
they're essentially stating that he's like a magpie, so he's listening to other people's songs and tunes and things like that, and then clipping bits and pieces that he thinks are good, and then bringing them into his own work.
I mean, isn't that just the nature of the industry anyway?
There's a difference between inspiration and straight up, like claiming a beat.
I mean, that's
So
where
like
I feel like
the
music.
song Viva La Vida by Coldplay, like that was a good example of someone like claiming someone else's work. So the dun 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 dun, that little segment which repeated over and over again was
Uh,
also used like literally verbatim in a different song prior to the use in that song.
uh, I mean, like I find it so strange because it's like that people can claim copyrights to just a sequence of sounds.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if it's hard to say. I mean, it's not like I
It's
don't
not
know,
like
Alone.
words,
It's
is it? It's not
difficult.
like
It's real
lyrics,
difficult.
because lyrics are like you can transcript the lyrics.
Yes.
But then again, I suppose you can transcript music as well if you put the notes down.
Mm.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one, but it's like in terms of the whole entertainment industry in general. I'm gonna pinch this phrase from Ludwig of all people, but there's a lot of people out there who are successful from the old yoink and twist.
The yoink and twist. Can you
Yeah.
describe the yoink and twist?
So the yoink is in like I'm taking your good successful idea,
Yeah.
but then the twist is I'm gonna tweak it.
Oh, I see.
Like it's basically put your own spin on it. So like I don't know, like I forget the exact example that he did, but like he picked up like some huge YouTubers like video idea saying like oh I gave chat my credit card and then this is the stuff they bought for me, and then
Hmm.
Ludwig picked it up and said like well I gave chat my credit card but I bought like this particular thing like I don't know
Right,
I
I
forget.
see.
It was different. It
So,
was basically
like,
like taking a successful point of one video and then another and then kind of smash them together and turn them into his own
Well,
unique thing.
so parody doesn't fall under copyright, just so you know.
Yeah.
The idea of parody, anyway. Um, but like even then, there's like certain things which like someone is famous for parody, like Weird Al Yankovic, who I absolutely adore. Like even he's like been on the record and said, yeah, I won't kind of go after these musicians because they'll just be like really anal about it. I think one of the ones he really wanted to do was Prince, or the artist formerly known as Prince. But they were super anal about their work. I think another one was Michael Jackson, but so the only one he did was Because I'm Bad. Yeah, he did two. He did two. Eat It and Because I'm Fat, you know it. Oh god, I love Weird Al. Weird Al seems like such an amazing human.
I heard a story that like he was really shy about flaunting his success, like going to parties and stuff like that. But he once attended a party where he heard somebody shout from across the room, like, "Oh my God, Weird Al's here!" And it turned out it was Paul McCartney.
Oh, that's nice.
It was just like, wow, okay, you know you've made it when when you turn up to the party and Paul McCartney's like chuffed to see you.
Yeah, I'd love to meet Weird Al. Just chill with him. Just be like, yep, let's just get a beer, chat. Even though I don't drink beer, I drink beer with Weird Al.
Dang.
But Lorne, speaking of weird things, let's move on to South Korea. So, in movies, we've now become accustomed to deepfake technology. You know, with Star Wars and things of that nature, where they're bringing back, you know, like deceased actors. Or like even in, you know, other Star Wars things where they're de-aging people to make them look younger. Well, a deepfake democracy. South Korean candidate goes viral for votes. So they've de-aged him.
Right, okay. What the hell? So what, just to make him more, like, votable? I guess.
Yeah, they're trying to make a middle-aged candidate, like, cool.
See, look, I'm cool. I got no wrinkles. Like, what?
Yeah,
are they at the point now where they think, like, finally old man is out, it's old hat?
Well, yeah, they're trying to make him look younger so that it appeals to a younger audience.
I honestly think that that's quite below the belt, really.
What do you mean,
especially,
like bad?
Especially, I mean, like I don't know how the rhetoric is over there, but I know that, especially with different things that are going on in the world, like there is definitely like a generational gap in terms of general mindset and an opinion. And so I feel like somebody of an older generation trying to appeal to the younger generation by literally masquerading as one of them,
like, I mean,
is
like,
quite just underhand.
I'm pretty sure many of a younger audience would know more about deepfakes than the actual candidate that is being deepfaked. Do you know what I mean?
You would hope so.
I mean, also, it's just like, it doesn't change. Like, they're trying to make him seem young and hip, but it still doesn't change much when, like, they're not going to do it on every news station. Like, you know, the BBC, if he wins, it's not going to be like, oh, so he has an interview with deepfake candidate.
Honestly, he's doing it all wrong. They just need to get him, like, some kick-ass VTuber model. It's like... And then just, like, appear in interviews. Like, if he does get interviewed by the BBC for his election win, he's just, like, rocks up.
It's just like, I love Hatsune Miku, or I don't know any VTubers, you can tell. I was Hatsune Miku one.
Not a V, no. That's a Vocaloid.
What's a Vocaloid?
Like a synthetic voice.
Oh, Gara. Gawa? Gurunia. The shot glass you like.
Gura?
Gura, her.
You mean Goomba?
Goomba, yeah, Goomba.
Right,
you can tell I don't know. I'm clearly not. Maybe, Lorna, I need to be deepfaked. I'm not as hip with the kids.
Yeah. You need yourself an avatar, man. Blend in.
Oh, it's the ultimate way. Well, Lone, you know what is hip with the kids? Football. Football is hip with the kids. We know some people. We know Mike, for example. Mike loves his football. Sam, our lovely human, they know their football. They love their football. And you know who's trying to kick the habit of football?
Um, I don't know. Tell me, tell me.
Well, the clue is in the name, Lone. It's football nuns.
All right, what they're trying to
Goal
stop footballing?
is to pass on the word of God. These nuns are based in Italy, headed the advice of the Pope Francis, to get out and do more, get out more and avoid becoming old maids. So they have their own football team.
Oh, that's fantastic though. That's actually real cool.
It's
But
a
now
bit
I
of a
get now I
different.
get the
It's like a blend between Sister Act and Bend It Like Beckham.
ah, I now get the pun though. The pun's quite cool.
Yeah,
I
kicking the
appreciate
habit.
the pun.
You can tell that when they wrote the article, they certainly had a fun day with it.
But it also like kicking the habits in like when not in pun context is also like a little bit of a um
What
weird
you think
thing
their
to put in the
habit
head
is
of.
Jesus?
No, because you would just think like kicking the habit. Why would the nuns want to stop playing football? And it's like, oh
All
no,
right, I see. I thought
They're
you were
like
going to say,
kick.
why would the nuns want to stop being like talking to God?
Just, I mean, well, also that you made your choice.
Now, Lorne, I know you love your animal stories. You do like your animals, Lorne.
They're pretty cool.
Now, let's start with an animal story, and then maybe I have a job opportunity for you.
What does it pay?
We'll see if you think the pay is worth the admission, shall we say?
All right.
So, don't you just love it when you've seen it many times, and even in stories like Mowgli and the Jungle Book, you know, they're raised by animals. Like when a different species of an animal will raise that animal as one of their own.
Oh.
So, a kitten was adopted by trash pandas or just raccoons.
I was going to say,
Yeah, a pack of raccoons.
Why does the article say trash pandas?
Yeah, I guess that's the one of the colloquialisms. I mean, to be fair, ibis birds in Australia, they are known as bin chickens or bin turkeys.
What the hell?
Like they're massive, by the way. An ibis bird is huge, and they're just like they're as common as pigeons, and they just root around in bin. But yeah, like a group of raccoons. Like this girl was just like filming stuff, saw some raccoons, and then like something jumped at her, like hit the skip, and it was just a kitten just chilling with raccoons. They seem to have adopted the kitten.
Ah. I wonder how actually common this is.
What, like an animal taking another species into its like domain?
Yeah. Yeah, because I imagine a lot of animals' instinct would just kick in and they would go rabid. Like they would just
Not
like
necessarily. I mean, some people like there's like you can see it in like basic pets as well. Like if you think about it, we're humans and we're taking in dogs, cats, and various other kinds of animals to be part of our circle.
Yeah, but we're not like wild, are we?
Okay, let's let's assume they're like let's keep with the domesticated things. Yeah, llamas will do that with sheep, as Clone says.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I
I know it can happen. I know it can happen. I was more questioning like how common, because it's like because
I'd
for
say
example,
it's more common than you think. Like, but I mean, like traditionally, an animal will stick with its pack or whatever it is, unless it's in an individual.
oh.
But like if they're separated, like quite a lot of animals of like similar kinds will like go and take care of them.
Yeah.
It seems that birds are kind of assholes though. Like there's one specific bird.
Hang on a minute. Before you go on, are you talking about the one that just like lobs its chicks out of the nest if it thinks it can't take care of them all?
No, I don't know about that bird. No.
Yeah, no, it's a big fricker that's like if times are getting rough and it can't feed all the chicks, it will just basically pick one up and just yeet it.
Wow. Well then.
It's savage.
There's a it's essentially it's more of a thief bird that doesn't want to do anything. So what it does is it takes eggs from nests and
Oh,
then
I've heard of
lays
this.
its
Oh,
eggs in those nests,
uh-huh.
and then has the other birds look after it whose nest it was originally.
Yeah, because I've seen images of I think it was a cuckoo. It was a
Yeah,
cuckoo
cuckoo. Yeah,
chick
I think
that
you agree.
it's a cuckoo chick that's hatched in a hummingbird's nest.
Yes,
So the
I believe
cuckoo,
you are correct. It is cuckoos.
yeah, because the cuckoo chick was huge, far too big for that hummingbird nest, and the hummingbird trying to feed it, like it was crazy. Um, like I can't imagine the amount of overtime a hummingbird needs to do just to be able to nourish a cuckoo. Because bear in mind that they just nourish themselves off like nectar, don't they? That's why they put the long,
Yes,
slender beak in plants and stuff.
I like it. It must be so weird for that hummingbird as well, because a hummingbird is like tiny. Like I was going to say massive. Hummingbird is
No,
tiny.
that's yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Like I remember being startled by the image even like that many years ago because I'm like, holy hell, that ain't right.
Mm,
I thought to myself. I thought to
tis
myself,
bad.
that ain't right. That ain't right.
Like I think it's a lot more common though. Honestly, Lon. Like animals will just kind of do that. Really. I mean, like I
Hmm.
said, there are some assholes though. But obviously, the interaction between animal and human can sometimes bring up a bit of conflict. And Lorne, maybe you're looking for a new job. Maybe you want to work with animals, and you want to bridge that divide. You want to bridge that conflict, Lorne. And maybe I've got the perfect job for you because a grizzly bear conflict manager um, is required in Montana.
So you want me to
Well,
go
grappling
to
with grizzly
Montana?
bears is not required. Just so you know, it's not one of the things that you'd need on your CV.
Oh well, you are putting me off the job.
Well, I mean, the salary pays between 79,000 US dollars and 103,000 US dollars
That's a large amount of money.
for a lucky applicant to spend time in the wilderness dealing with discord between grizzly bears and humans.
Right. What are you meant to do? How are you meant to mediate it? It's like as soon as a grizzly bear gets
Wait,
angry at somebody, you're meant to just.
Are you saying you
It,
didn't take grizzly bear at school?
I mean, it just seems a bit odd. Like, what am I meant to do? Like, put myself between them and go like, can we not just like talk this out?
Well, it's kind of strange. Like it's like you're meant to somehow reduce friction with humans rather than referee grizzly versus grizzly sparring.
Okay.
You just
Uh.
patrol the wilderness and, I guess you just go to like Dave. Let's say Dave is walking his dog. You go to Dave
Hmm.
and he's just like, I'm gonna walk my dog through these woods, and you're like, I wouldn't go that way, there's a grizzly bear. I guess that's it, honestly. Because
Imagine. Oh, taking that point. Imagine if you were walking your dog. You had just got off your truck or car, whatever, and you were just about to set off, and then a ranger comes along and says, "Hey, you might not want to go that way. There's a freaking grizzly bear." I don't
mm,
know about you, but I wouldn't go anyway. As soon as I heard like, yeah, there's a freaking grizzly bear in the woods, man, I'd be
like,
out of there like a shot.
yeah,
Like,
how much?
get
Well,
me
Lauren,
back
how
in the
much would
car.
you be needed to be paid? So it did say, like, let's say the average is 80K to 100K in US dollars to mediate between the wilderness and humans, essentially walking around the woods and going, yeah, there's a grizzly bear there. Don't go that way.
Mm.
Like, how much would you need to be paid to be within the general vicinity? Like, you're guaranteed you're in the vicinity and there are grizzly bears there. So you know without a doubt, somewhere in this wood where you're living, there are grizzly bears.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. This is probably
Every day.
like this is the Brit probably talking to me because like you gotta understand, people of the world, is that we have no sense of natural danger.
Yeah, we really don't.
Yeah, we there is nothing here that's really threatening us, bar like the odd like angry badger.
I mean, there's even
Like,
hardly any of them. Like we talked about this, me, you, and Hannes, not too long ago, that the UK has some of the least biodiversity in Europe, let alone the world. We're really bad, so there's lots of rewilding projects. We've covered quite a few of them. So they've released buffalo, like wild bison, like kind of wild buffalo, um, into the UK. They've also released beavers, which are now making dams, and there was a plan to release wolves in Scotland. Surprisingly, the wolves one
yeah,
hasn't
that's
went ahead.
yeah, no, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea.
Yeah, the wolves one
But
hasn't
like,
went ahead. Specifically, there's a lot of backlash from the Scottish farmers who feel cheap.
yes, I can
Weird,
imagine so.
weird that alone, isn't it? Bit weird.
But yeah, even with like biodiversity, like the things that are meant to be native here, there's not a lot which are looking to frick us up.
Yes.
Like there's not there's not really much to be scared of. This is certainly nothing like Australia or like the like South America or like Africa or anything like that. There's nothing really there. It's threatening to ruin my day. Except for maybe it's like an angry wasp.
Oh, a really pissed off bee.
Yeah, I mean bees are typically quite chill. I
Yeah,
mean wasps are just
I just let
assholes.
bees do their thing. Wasps are assholes. Bees, just let them do their thing, man. Bees are good. I like bees.
Yeah. We've got we had a sunflower in our garden throughout the summer last year, and honestly, it was great.
So many bees.
It was. Oh, I tell you what, like I have no idea. I think I've got a photo of the label somewhere, but I really want to start getting into it, just a little bit of gardening, because when I was at a garden center near Anik, um, the garden center had this one species of plant.
Hmm.
And my god, it must have been like crack for the bees.
I mean,
Like
yeah,
I've considered
there's some plants which either like really trigger an animal's sense to like get near it or go away.
like honestly, yeah, it's like it's the
Yeah, that is
consider,
true.
consider considering how much choice the bees have in a garden center environment and just the wild surrounding it. Like pretty much every bee within the vicinity was on these plants. Like it
Mm.
was crazy. It was so cool though, because that's really, really good for, well, just pollination, right?
Yeah.
Really good for anyone's garden.
Well, by the way,
Um,
that story in chat is true about the venomous spiders
I
that are
heard
flying
about
in on the
this.
wind. That is true. Um, yeah, that was one of the ones I was like, yeah, maybe I'll not talk about spiders, but yeah, that is one of them.
I mean, are they that venomous, or are they just like, oh, you get ill?
They're venomous. I mean, it's hard to really say. There's a couple of them. There's a couple of different species.
No.
But Lorne, let's go way back into the past. Have you ever heard of the HMS? What is it? The HMS. Well,
Boarding a boat
it's
race?
essentially Ernest Shackleton's long lost ship,
No. But is it
the
being found
Endurance.
wrecked?
The Endurance is what it's called.
Is it being found wrecked?
Where it's a ship that was lost 107 years ago, and then it's finally been found. So, what happened is an iceberg, a thick ice bit of ice, fell on the ship, crushing it and sending it to the bottom.
How did it fall on the ship?
Because they were in the frozen Arctic, and
Like
like
just
they
too
went
close
through
to
an
the
ice sheet. Yeah,
freaking.
the wall went crushed the ship. Captain got on, got away, got his men to safety, and then they lasted 5 months on the ice.
5 months. What,
Yep.
till they got rescued or till they died?
I didn't care to venture and find out their grisly fate.
I mean, fair enough.
But
How
yeah,
on
it's
earth can
finally
you
been
survive
found.
5 months? Like, how much must you have saved from the ship in terms of supplies just to have been able
Yeah,
to do that?
it was found ten
Uh,
thousand feet under the ice, remarkably close to where the ship's captain had recorded its last location 107 years ago.
it's
Because
mad,
so
mad that we didn't find it this whole time when, oh yeah, it's exactly where they said it was.
Well, do you want to know what's weird as well? Because it was so like in such freezing conditions, it's surprisingly well preserved for a wooden ship.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can imagine that.
Like, have you seen how like it still looks pretty darn solid?
That is really cool. I wonder if it's
Oh,
like
by the way, the crew
salvageable.
survived. Just so you know.
Okay. Oh, sweet. It's like I imagine you could, with like a lot of care and attention, you could probably salvage the wreck.
You probably could. Like, to be fair, to get these images, like just these images,
Hmm.
they had to like use drones, just to like get through the ice and find a way through just to get these pictures. It's apparently still very treacherous to get under the thick sheets of ice.
Mm. Ah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, cold temperatures do preserve things. It's the same with salt, but I mean, yeah,
So
salt preserves things too.
it's like the same as the fridge.
It's just like the fridge. Ah, the sea, nature's fridge.
Nature's fridge, man. Keeps your cold things cold.
Well, speaking of storing ancient things, Lorne, we're going over to your favourite place in all the world. We're going back to Japan.
Let's go.
Now, how much do you know about Japan's killing stones?
Killing stones.
Well, killing stones specifically.
Is this the stone which is meant to house angry spirits?
Yes, it is actually.
I
So,
think I know the story.
yes, would you like to introduce it then, Lorne?
Is it not the stone that was meant to theoretically house the spirits of the nine-tailed fox as being found split?
Yes, yes, that is the story. So, Japan's killing stone splits in two, releasing superstitions amid the sulfur springs. So, the idea was that an evil spirit was trapped in the stone, and when the stone is broken, it is meant to send, evil around Japan.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I saw this because somebody said it was just like the next in a string of just absolute
Well,
disasters.
we're just getting more and
We're
more
weathering.
curses along the thing.
Yeah.
Like, how many lucky items are we going to need? Well, a kitsu. Do you want to answer that alone?
What's that?
A nine-tailed fox is an evil spirit.
Yeah, yeah. I've been like, it's. I don't know the detailed law, but basically, like, they don't. People don't tend to like the nine
They're
tails
they're
fox.
they're considered like a trickster more than anything else.
I mean, it's like just in pop culture, you can see the influences.
Yeah,
Like,
but even in
like
pop culture,
in.
there are some good ones. It's hard to say. Like
I mean, well,
this specific creature is
I mean, like,
of that
think
ilk.
about how like early Naruto presented the nine tails.
Ah, yes, very aggressive.
Even Ninetales in Pokemon, like it said, like I believe even from Generation One, the law is that if you grab one of its tails, you'll be cursed.
Charming. Well,
Um,
Lorne, would you like me to read the mythos?
sure, go for it.
According to the mythology, so just so you know, it is a evil vixen hung. The evil vixen is what the thing is. According to mythology surrounding the Sesho Saki, or Killing Stone, the object contains the transformed corpse of Tanemo no Mei, a beautiful woman who had been part of a secret plot hatched by a feudal warlord to kill Emperor Toba, who reigned from 1107 to 1123. Legend has it that her true identity was an evil nine-tailed fox whose spirit is embedded in a hunk of lava. Located in the area of the Tochigi
Tochi,
Tochi Prefecture near
no.
Tokyo, famous for its sulfur hot springs. Its separation in two rough equal parts believed to have occurred in the last few days has spooked online users, who's noted, according to the folklore, the stone continues to spew poisonous gas, hence its name.
Hmm. Hmm. Yep. I mean, I legitimately wonder how many people in modern day Japan are still into the superstition.
I mean, like a few people will be. I mean, it's classic mythos, and I personally think nine-tailed foxes are cool. I mean, it's one of those things. They're like foxes are just cool animals.
Oh. I mean, yeah, it's like they're What the hell? Why can't I say that word anymore?
Words, Lon? You
Yeah,
try
yeah. They are depicted quite
depicted.
coolly. Depicted well.
Dipicide.
In a lot of media. So I can
Yes.
understand that they're definitely designed in a way that people can dig.
Well, I mean, it like
Right?
it's the same with like any kind of like even if they're like not all of them are villains, but even if like villain characters in media, quite a lot of people will root for the villain because 9 times out of 10 the villain is normally more interesting than the hero. It's
Mm.
the same reason why I personally like playing villain characters because they're 9 times out of 10 more interesting. The hero is just like, I will save the princess, and the villain's just like, well, the reason I was, and then they have an actual backstory.
I don't know, man. That's like I tend to be the exact opposite. Like I'm definitely a goody
Yeah,
two shoes
you're
sometimes.
definitely good at two shoes. I'm your villain.
Yeah, I'll kick your ass.
I am your demon lord.
I like that's why I latch on shonen so much. Like I love the kind of like progression that a typical shonen protagonist will take.
Mm.
Like just overcoming hurdles and
Well,
starting from like a rock bottom.
it's the traditional hero's journey. Like the hero's journey is a trope used in media. Like a good example is the story of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Very traditional like hero's journey. Like loads of things follow that kind of plot. It's just like starts low, gets better and better and better until overcomes evil. Congratulations, hero's journey. Middle bit often has like some sort of traumatic or middle bit thing. So obviously Luke lost his hand. Spoilers. I know.
How
But
dare you?
Lone, this is the last story, and it is a gaming story.
Oh,
I know. I was wondering if you were going to cover this, but I saw what you were covering in this Sunday thing.
hmm.
So obviously the Steam Deck has finally been released, and you never guess who's delivering the first lot. It's
It's
Gabe
Gabe
Newell.
Newell.
Yes, Gabe Newell delivers the Steam Deck and recalls his days as a telegram boy. So just so you know, in the video, they even left in the footage of like the people who have no fucking clue who this dude is.
Yeah, but honestly, I can't blame them.
He's like,
Like
here you
how many?
go. Here's your Steam Deck.
I
Oh,
mean, because
don't. To be fair, annoyingly, I want to stream more Elden Ring, but like my computer physically can't handle it. A Stream Deck might be actually run it better than my PC.
I mean, but like in relation to the story, right? Like it's not as if like Gabe Newell created your favorite game. It's not as if like he is Shigeru Miyamoto delivering your Switch, right?
Yes,
Because
I agree, but like Steam still holds a
because
place in like many a PC gamer's hearts.
oh, of course, like, and that's why some people will have a great reaction. But I honestly, I'm not surprised that some people have no idea who he is because Steam for a lot of people is just a platform like Netflix, right?
Mm,
It's a hub for all of your favorite games, just like Netflix is a place for all of your favorite TV shows and
yeah,
films and stuff like that. Like, because Gabe Newell is not affiliated to your game unless your game is Portal or something like that.
I would love
He's a
it, honestly, if like one of the people receiving this, obviously they clearly like Steam, they like their stuff because they're buying a Steam Deck.
ah.
I'd love it if one of them just went, so Half-Life 3. Yeah, you have to like if anyone said that, you have to admit they must have cut it because he's not going to
Honestly,
talk about it.
honestly, at this point, I wish
Yeah, I
people
know
would
what you're
just
going to
let
say.
it die.
I know what you're going to say. I know.
Just stop, man. I don't. You know what? It's rich coming from me because I was never on the Half Life hype
It's
anyway.
yeah, it's
But
one of those
it
things.
is never, ever gonna reach your standard.
I know that is true.
It
Like, I mean,
it
it's to be
can't.
fair, it's very rare a game reaches a hype anymore. However, Elden Ring, I do have to say, Elden Ring was a very good breath of fresh air in regards to games because it lived up to what people wanted. They were like, "This is Dark Souls. I want more Dark Souls," and then they're just like, "Here is your Dark Souls." It's like, sweet,
Yeah.
thank you. Also, I've just seen there is another news story which wasn't on here, but you'll maybe be able to see it in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, Lord.
So what about Snoop?
Snoop Dogg joins FaZe Clan.
See, I don't know much about Phase.
Aren't you? You're into the League of the Pokemons, Lorne.
Are they
You're into
are
the
they playing
esports.
are they playing Pokemon?
That's a very good check. Maybe this'll be like before we end the stream, Lorne. Maybe this will be your googling
I From
segment.
my League of Legends days, I know a lot of esports like companies and brands, but like I'm not familiar with FaZe.
Really, I've definitely heard of Fizz more within like an internet meme kind of thing more than anything else. I don't know any of them like personally. I don't know if they're good or bad. I assume they'd be
Yeah.
good if they could, have Snoop Dogg on the team,
I mean,
or unless they're just more of a meme team. I
I
don't
was going to
know.
say there could be a meme team. Who knows? But are
Aren't they
they
more
more
FPSs? I think.
FPS?
Yeah, I'd probably
Okay.
have to agree. But
I like
speaking of FPSs, Lorne, it's the same with Counter Strike. I never got onto the Counter Strike train. I tried much later when I eventually got a PC, and people are crazy when it comes to Counter Strike.
Counter
I do
Strike. I
not
mean,
belong in that community. Like, hot damn.
I don't belong in that game, man. Like, I every single time I watch a game like Counter Strike or Valorant being played, I'm just like, this is far too sweaty for me. I cannot even begin. FaZe is the sniper clan. Don't think it means much nowadays, but back in the day, they were apparently the best. Ah, fair enough. Like, yeah, I have little to say about FaZe or
Oh.
FPS games. I'm just like, I feel like, what's the last FPS game I would have air quotes been good at? It might have
Oh,
been
well, I was
early
going to say
day
played. I
Overwatch.
was like, maybe played Valorant with
What
us?
No, it would have been the closest I got to feeling good at an FPS. It would have been early day Overwatch where I got to platinum. I think I was platinum in the first ever ranked season,
Hmm.
or it might have been season two. I'm not too sure, but that's the closest I've ever been to like being decent. And even then, I wasn't really playing the shooter characters. I was playing, I was playing the ones where you didn't have to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, in Overwatch, I certainly played Mercy and things of that ilk. Um,
Mercy's entirely different now, at least
yeah,
in terms of
Mercy's
what's
very
expected of
different.
her. She's almost like an off healer.
Yeah, she
Um,
is. It's a shame. I mean, she's still good. She's still ridiculously good. But like, I mean, I loved my Mercy. I'm glad I played Overwatch when I did, because I got a great deal of fun out of the characters the way they were, even if they were considerably broken.
oh yeah, early day Mercy was ridiculous. Like you could just revive an entire team from the click of a button.
It certainly brought great rage to many of the Discord, if not many of the people who we fought against.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever get a Steam Deck, by the way, since we're just finished slowly
No,
wrapping up?
no, because I feel like I share the same opinion as many people in our Discord. Is I have a PC.
Yeah.
I've never ever felt the need, the sheer desire to want to play a PC game away from the PC. I have a Switch. If I really, really wanted a handheld game, like I am so on the Nintendo bandwagon anyway that I can find enjoyment on the Switch.
Yes.
It's so yeah, the Steam Deck, sorry, is not on my radar at all.
Mm. Like, I don't think I'd be interested in it entirely just because, I mean, it's handheld. If I play a PC game, I'd want to sit down, comfy, and then just, stay back. Like, I've got my
I
PC
mean,
already.
don't
Like,
get me wrong. There's definitely ways to be comfortable when you're handheld gaming. Like
yes, that's true.
I curl up to the Switch when I'm just lying in bed loads, and that's a enjoyable time.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I just there's I've never once played a AAA game like let's use Elden Ring as an example and said, man, I wish I was playing this on a
Handheld.
smaller screen and lying down. I'm just like, nah, man, I'm
Yeah,
all
no,
right.
you just want to lie on your stomach, Lorne, kick your feet in the air, and just be like, "Ooh, I wonder if I can really beat Margot this time."
It's Margaret.
Margot, Margot. But yes, Lorne,
Anyway,
that is the end of weird news this week. There is no more
hot
news. There's no
hot
more news,
dang.
Lorne. We're done. It's over. That's it.
It is. There's no more news. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. There's no more news. Not until we do this show next week.
Fair.
Anyway, but
Yes.
Margot from Good Life? No, no, Margot from the Elden Ring. Um, but yeah. But Lone, obviously, thank you for joining me yet again on this lovely podcast.
Hey, no worries.
Maybe one time we
I
shall venture to camera. Put on our camera. I'll set everything up. I'll have to set everything up with you and Hannes.
Yeah, sure. Like if you're comparing to the layout we had on Sunday, it's not too bad. Like it was kind of like a one and done type of thing. It took a little while
Mm.
just to do like pixel measurements and stuff, just to make it sure everything was even. But once it's done, it's done.
Yeah,
It's easy. It's easy
it'll
to
just be
mess with.
sitting down with you and Hannes and getting everything together.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But yes, obviously you're doing some Mario Kart, I believe, tomorrow. Something like that?
Yeah, tomorrow is the Mario Kart, so if anyone would like to join for some good old Mario Kart life, I will be going live at 6 p.m.
Salt Cannon
I've
5K. Yes.
I've already had confirmation from Kijitsuken and Ethan that they would like to join. I believe I extended the invitation to yourself. Do you know?
Yes,
Do you have any update
I
on
don't have
this?
the online thing. I could try and
No.
get a free trial, or I could use my 3 month free thing. But I feel like I
Mhm.
should save it for when I need to. For when I need whatchamacallit, when we get a big multiplayer game.
I mean, I don't know what you're waiting for.
I
Like,
don't
is it?
know. I want to play more Mario Party.
I mean, well, Mario Party's already out, and I feel like the boat's sailing further and further away.
The
The
more
more
the more
we
you
we
move away
wait.
from a thing.
I mean, like, there's Splatoon 3 is this year.
Oh yes, it is.
Um,
I believe Ethan's definitely looking forward to that Splatoon game.
oh yeah, I'm down for Splatoon. Splatoon's freaking great. But other than that, off the top of my head, I don't know what multiplayer game you're gonna be waiting for.
That's very true. I mean,
It's
I may venture, for Splatoon, and then people can watch me fail and just splat goo everywhere. Just so much paint. Am I a squid? Am I a kid? I don't know.
Practice for the IC. I don't need a practice, man. I'm just
Lone is a
I'm just
master.
I'm just cracked already. So
But
I'm
yes,
sure we'll be fine.
but yes. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and of course, thank you, Lone, for joining me. But
Hey,
for
no
now,
worries.
we shall catch you all later. Goodbye.
Peace.